this is why you should check out your bank accounts and do the math in your head and work with your banker, because we can be making you more money.
Exactly. You're listening to the Isn't That Rich podcast, and we're your hosts, Jill Franks
and Ashley McVicker. As young females in the banking industry, we love simplifying the confusing yet everyday questions you have about money.
Like, how do I get my finances in order?
Where is my money really going?
How do I invest for my future?
How do I make my money work for me?
Can I really afford to buy that new home?
These are the questions that keep us up at night. And the truth is, no one was born knowing how to handle their finances.
And chances are, walking into a bank to ask for help seems intimidating.
Whether you're a single person in your early 20s saving for your first home,
or you're an empty nester wondering what to do with that extra spending cash,
this is the podcast for you. So today we are talking about a product that we talk about all the time at the bank. We put it all over our social media and we recommend it to so many customers, but it's Kasasa. And you probably heard Kasasa a lot, and it can be a little vague if you don't know what it is. So today we're just going to walk you through it, why it is so beneficial, and it's just a checking account.
It's really just a checking account. It's a product that we carry at the bank. But whenever I hear the word Kasasa, do you guys remember, have you watched The Lion King? Did you ever watch that growing up?
Yes.
But all I can think of is when they say, like, the hyenas are talking about Mufasa. It's Kasasa,
really?
Kasasa. That's what goes through my mind every time.
I don't think you lived here at this time, but if you went to the Miners games at the Rent One, it's called
Mountain Dew Park
now, but it used to be Rent One, and they would go, Kasasa.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So other banks carry this in our area.
It's been around for a while.
Okay. So what is Kasasa? Kasasa is a checking account, like you said, but it is not something that a bank just has as a product. They have to partner with the company Kasasa. So Kasasa is a technology company. They're just really committed to helping community banks and actually credit unions too, but they want to preserve the humanity element of banking. So when you go to a big bank, you might not receive that human element, but community banks really have that human element. You know, you're having a relation with your bank or your banker. And so Kasasa allows community banks to carry those big products that might have like a higher interest rate for a checking account, like the big banks have, where they might not be able to have on their own. So through this partnership with Kasasa, we're able to carry those higher interest rate checking accounts and savings accounts.
Yeah, kind of gives us a leg up.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to really get into the 3 Kasasa accounts we carry that are checking accounts and actually one of the savings accounts that we have.
And I have a Kasasa account and I love it. Do you?
I do too. I have the Kasasa Cash account. What do you have, Ashley?
Kasasa Cash. I used to have cash back, but then I made a switch because I decided cash was better for me, and we can get into that about all that.
All the benefits of each kind of account. So let's start with Kasasa Cash because that's what I have and you have it as well.
Kasasa Cash is a checking account.
It's a cash free checking account.
It's free.
Yes.
And that's crazy to me because some checking accounts cost money.
That's right. I can't even remember the day that I actually had a checking account I had to pay for.
Yeah, no. But they're still out there. And so this is a free checking account.
That's right. It's a free account.
And it comes with rewards.
And this account... Yeah, you're right. It comes with rewards, and it's for somebody who keeps a larger balance in their checking account. So if you're maintaining a balance of at least $10,000 in your checking account, this is the account that you want at Farmers State Bank.
Yeah, even less than that. I mean, and we can get into the Kasasa Cash back compared to Kasasa Cash. But yeah, if you're carrying a higher balance, you can earn 3% annual percentage yield on this account.
Yeah,
that's
and so
3% smackaroonies you'll be getting every month.
Of the balance. So 3% of the balance that you keep in your account each month.
Yeah. So if you have $10,000, Jill, in your account, what are you making every month?
I don't know.
Can you do
what am I making? You tell me.
$30.
$30 a month. Yeah. And anything over that makes a percentage as well. And it makes a blended amount. And so you're going to be making at least $30 a month if you keep over $10,000 in your account, which I remember my grandparents. Do your grandparents ever do this? They're like, You can't go to a bank. But back in my day when I signed up for a checking account, they gave me a whole dinner set. I had all my dishes that the bank gave me, or they had great big signing on bonuses. And now all I hear from them is banks don't give you anything.
Like 0.05%
for your money.
Which I have been in a bank account where they gave me like 0.05%. I was very unhappy.
Yeah.
And my mom, it was so funny. My mom would be like, why don't you move this to an interest-bearing checking account or like put it in the stock market or something? I'm like, I don't know, because they're giving me 50 cents a month.
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing.
Thinking that was a good option for you, right?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about some of the other benefits to Kasasa Cash. Now, this is strictly to Kasasa Cash, but some of the other accounts that we talked about will have these same benefits. But these, let's just talk about the ones for Kasasa Cash for now. So it's a free account that pays high interest rate. We said 3% APY on balances up to $10,000. Anything over that, like I mentioned earlier, will pay you as well, but it'll be a blend between the 3% and what we'll talk about later. So you'll also get ATM refunds on ATM withdrawals. So if you're in Minnesota, and I need some cash to spend while I'm visiting my family, I can go to an ATM anywhere in the world, even though I bank with Farmers, and I can withdraw some cash. And if I save that receipt, I can get reimbursed for that fee that I pay, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and ATMs cost money. It's just a fee. I understand why they cost money, but it is nice to get your money back on it.
Yeah,
so that's a benefit of Kasasa.
Exactly. That's a benefit of Kasasa. Another benefit is that you can link the Kasasa Saver to build additional savings automatically. There's no minimum balance to earn rewards with this account. There's no monthly maintenance fees. You get free online banking and bill pay, which to me is priceless. I can't imagine paying a fee to get online banking, but I guess there is accounts out there.
Gosh, and I check my online banking every single day through my mobile app.
Absolutely.
If I didn't have that, I don't know.
I'd be lost.
And I'm kind of like stubborn and stingy when it comes to paying a fee. Like I won't really purchase apps. This is a me thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I could see me being like, I just won't even buy I won't even purchase the online banking. So I'm glad it's free. I'm just saying, I'm glad it's free.
And then you also get free e-statements, which I love e-statements. It's one things I recommend for fraud. If you're getting mailed in statements, please just discontinue that. Opt for e-statements.
Yeah, and paper statements cost money. They cost like $2.
They do, $2 a paper statement.
So save the earth, save our trees, save some money.
Yeah, for sure. You also get a free debit card included in this account, and it's only $100 minimum deposit to open. So for $100, you can have all these benefits and earn rewards right from opening the account.
Right, and then you don't even have to keep the $100 though in it. You can drop under 100.
Yes. So if you go below $100, there is no minimum balance, right, but you have to start with a $100 deposit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can go to Burger King that day and spend $9 on some chicken fries, right?
Right. And then have $90 in your account and be good. So there are some qualifications that need to be met in order to receive all of these great benefits for this account. So if you're wondering what's the catch to this high interest checking account, here's the catch. It's not hard to maintain or meet these qualifications, but we want to make sure that you know what they are first. So Ashley, what are the qualifications that need to be met in order to earn these rewards?
They're so easy, and 3 of them I feel like I don't even have to even worry about. Mm-hmm. The first one, and the one you need to pay attention to the most, is you need 12 debit card swipes a month.
Okay.
But that's pretty easy, I think.
Explain to me what that means. So you can go anywhere, make a purchase, and swipe your debit card.
Yep, or you can make a payment online with it, and it counts as a swipe.
Okay.
So if you're going to go buy a pack of gum from Walgreens, swipe.
That counts as one.
Counts as a swipe.
Okay.
Yep. So you just have to get 12 debit card swipes in a cycle.
Okay.
And a cycle is basically a month.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get into the nitty-gritty, but it is a month. And you also have to have at least one automatic payment or ACH or direct deposit in this account. And so that can be like when your job pays you.
Yeah. So when you get a paycheck twice a month, or maybe you get paid every single week and you accept that paycheck through automatic deposit, mm-hmm, that's an ACH.
Yes.
that counts as your one deposit.
Yes.
Okay.
Easy.
That's awesome. One thing I did realize as I was researching into the Kasasa that might not be obvious to people is that when you're, an ACH payment, it can be, somebody transferring money to you, like we talked about your employment, or it can be somebody transferring money to you. Somebody wires you some money. Right. What doesn't count is you transferring money from one account to the other.
Right. That's just an internal transfer.
That's an internal transfer. But say you have a savings account and you wanted to make sure that you were hitting your automatic payment for that month and you transfer money from your savings to your checking, that does not meet your standard. Okay. So it has to be an external. Yeah.
Good to know. Yep. So, have at least one automatic payment or direct deposit, post and settle. The third one is be enrolled and log into online/mobile banking. Super easy. I mean, I check my bank account every day on my mobile app, or you can get on your computer, get on your online banking, check out your bank account one time. Oh, come on. You should be doing that. Like Troy says you should do it every day for fraud.
Yeah, if not twice a day.
Yes, so easy. And then the fourth and final is to sign up for and receive e-statements. So easy.
Another easy.
You'll do that when you open your account. When you open your Kasasa account, it's a non-negotiable with us. So that's easy. You just have to be receiving e-statements. So I'll go through those one more time. So this is all you have to do to get that 3%, get that ATM reimbursement, free everything, online banking, the debit card. You just have to have at least 12 debit card swipes, one ACH or direct deposit, be enrolled and log into online banking, and sign up and receive e-statements.
So very easy. Where people really get hung up on these qualifications, and we're kind of working through some of those right now, is that, there are a lot of people in our community that really do not utilize email or don't have an email address. Technology can be a barrier for some people.
Sure.
We see a lot with some of our senior citizens that come in and open an account, that this account might not be best for them because they're never going to log into their online banking. They'd rather receive a paper statement in the mail. Mm-hmm. They're just not used to the function.
They're just a little old school.
Yeah, a little old school.
Totally fine.
And old school is good school still.
And we still cater to that.
Absolutely. But a Kasasa account probably is not the right account for you if you aren't willing to meet these qualifications.
Yes, but if you are, they're super easy. And like I said, at 3 of these, I don't even have to worry about every month because I know I'm going to get paid. I know my e-statements are turned on, and I know that I always check my mobile banking at least once a week.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit more in depth about the benefits.
Okay.
Because I know we talked about, this 3%, but I really want to be clear about what that looks like. Mm-hmm. So when your Kasasa cash account qualifications are met, those 4 that we spoke about during your monthly qualification cycle, balances up to $10,000 receive APY of 3%, and balances over $10,000 earn 0.35% interest rate on the portion of the balance over $10,000. So let's kind of just talk about what that means. So you have your first $10,000 in there that's getting 3% no matter what. Mm-hmm. And then say you have the next $1,000, which equals $11,000. Say you have a balance of $15,000.
Yeah, just more than $10,000.
So $10,000 gets that 3%. The next $5,000 to, your $10,000 to $15,000 gets 0.35. So it's still earning interest. It's just not that high 3%. So this, you take the average and it makes a big blend, and that's the actual amount that you're getting. So it's not anything over 10% or $10,000 won't be earning that high 3%, but it is still receiving quite a bit.
Right.
I think a lot of checking accounts earn 0.01%. So 0.35 is still quite a bit back on interest.
Yeah, and that's just your extra over your $10,000.
Exactly. So if you're keeping a high balance, this is a great option for you. But I hope that kind of explains what that 3% covers.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can link some qualifications and the fine print in the show notes too, so it's really clear.
Yeah. So that's Kasasa Cash.
That's Kasasa Cash. I also want to just talk really quick about the refunds too, because there are kind of on the ATM refunds, because there are a couple of things that people might not meet. So you'll receive reimbursements on ATM receipts up to $20 a month. So it's not like if you go take money out all the time and you're grabbing, you're needing cash all the time, we reimburse up to $20 a month. So just making sure that's really clear too. So it's not a free for all as far as getting cash out, but yeah, just make sure that, if you're going to get more than $20 in fees in an ATM, that's that.
Yeah. And you can also just come to a Farmers State Bank ATM.
Yeah.
And you'll get it for free.
Another thing is if you visited an ATM and their fee is like, I don't know, $5 to get out cash, which is crazy, but it is. I remember in college, that college ATM, it was $6.
They're robbing
these
kids.
Poor college students. $6 every time I wanted to withdraw cash. And so if it's over that, make sure you're saving your receipt, because then you can present that to Farmers State Bank or your bank every month, and they'll make sure to reimburse it. They're just making sure that it's actually a fee that your ATM's charging you, and it's not part of the money that you're taking out, because it's a crazy amount. Yeah. And if you haven't received reimbursement in an appropriate amount of days, you will get that back within 60-day calendar of the qualification cycle. So you have your monthly cycle, your 30 days, right? And then 60 days after that is how long it will take you to get reimbursed for that ATM. So you're not going to receive it immediately after you make that ATM withdrawal. It's going to take a little bit of time to be reimbursed back into your account. Cool?
Cool. Those are all good things to know.
Yeah. I wasn't sure when I read that. I just wanted to make sure that we were really digging deep into what this actually is. It's not apparent all the time. So Kasasa, Kasasa, Kasasa. Okay. So what happens if your qualifications aren't met and you don't do all four of those things? So when Kasasa Cash qualifications are not met, all balances in the account earn 0.05 APY.
So you're still earning a little bit of interest.
So you're still earning...
But not that 3%.
Right, or that 0.35%.
On the extra, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 0.05 APY if you don't meet your qualifications. And unfortunately, those ATM reimbursements, you don't qualify for that anymore. So if you're not hitting those 4 qualifications and you're counting on getting reimbursed for those ATM withdrawals, you're not going to unfortunately get them for that monthly cycle.
But Farmers State Bank isn't charging you an arm and a leg, right? Just because you didn't.
No.
You're just not getting your big reward, and you're not getting reimbursed for your ATMs.
Right.
And it's so funny. We talk about this at the bank. But when you get like 11 swipes, you're just devastated.
You really are. You get this email at the end of every month and you're like, did I make my qualifications?
Oh, I know. We're all like crossing our fingers.
Crossed. And then when you open it, it's like, hooray, you made your qualifications this month. This is how much went into your account. And yeah, it's kind of exciting.
Well, and if you have $10,000 in a bank account and you're making 3%, you made $30.
Right.
I mean, that's a nice little dinner.
Right.
It's a little shopping spree to Target.
A little gas in your car.
Heck yeah, it is.
All right. So that's all Kasasa Cash. And some of these same benefits apply to the next 2 accounts we're going to talk about. And we're going to brief over them because a lot of them, like I said, are the same. But we'll talk about the difference between a Kasasa Cash and a Kasasa Cashback.
Okay. So the next checking account we're going to be talking about is Kasasa Cashback. And it's pretty similar to Kasasa Cash. But it's for people maybe that keep a lower balance in their checking account, and they can earn up to $7.50 every month on their checking accounts.
So it's a free account. Mm-hmm. It's 3% cash back on your debit card purchases.
Up to $250. Yep. Okay. So you won't earn anything over that $250, but once you hit that, you're going to be making $7.50.
Which is great. So if you calculate that out, it's $7.50 per month and up to $90 cash back per year.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
90 free bucks pretty much. That's awesome. And it has the same qualifications as Kasasa Cash.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. So you do the same 4 things.
Same things.
E-statements.
12 debit card swipes. ACH or direct deposit, and then be enrolled in online mobile banking.
Easy peasy.
Very easy. And so the other benefits of this account are basically the same. So you get refunds on ATM withdrawals up to $20 monthly. You can link it to a free Kasasa Saver to build savings automatically. No monthly maintenance fees, no minimum balances to earn rewards, free online banking and bill pay, free mobile banking with mobile deposit, free e-statements, free Visa debit card, and only $100 to open the account.
Amazing. And just to be sure, if you're not making the qualifications or you're not making those qualifications, you will not receive the ATM withdrawals. But You will if you do.
Yes.
So make sure you're making those 4 qualifications.
And you can make $7.50. So that's Kasasa Cash Back. That's a great option, once again, for people that have kind of maybe a lower balance in their checking account.
But high swipes on their debit card.
High swipes on their debit card. And I will say this too. I think this is a great time to mention your banker, your new accounts rep is going to ask you all these questions. So when they're like, how much do you carry in your bank account on average? Don't be creeped out. We're just trying to put you in the best account for you.
You're like, why are you so nosy? Why do you want to know how much of a balance? It's just for your benefit.
Yeah, because here's the difference with the money. If we don't ask you that question and you're like, oh yeah, I think I'm just going to do the cash back, but you carry $10,000 in your bank account, well, you're leaving over $20 on the table every month.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you want to know? And also, if you use the ATM a lot, you would want to be in one of these accounts versus something that doesn't get reimbursed.
Right.
Right. Okay. Should we move on to Kasasa Tunes? Mm-hmm. So this is probably our least popular Kasasa account, but it's worth mentioning because there are a lot of young people in here that like to use gift cards to iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. So Kasasa Tunes is a free checking account just like the other two. You only need $100 to open this account. You get free e-statements, a free Visa debit card when you open it, access to free mobile banking with mobile deposit, free online banking and bill pay. There's no minimum balance to earn your rewards, and there's no monthly maintenance fees. You'll get reimbursed on your ATM withdrawal fees nationwide if you meet your qualifications. The only thing is, instead of getting cash back or 3% APY, you earn $10 in refunds for iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play purchases every month. So if you're online so I think about kids who are gamers and they're buying like games all the time on their phones.
This might be good for you.
Or like if you're shopping on Amazon all the time and you just want a little bit of money back from your Amazon purchases, you can get $10 refunded to your account for any of your Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play purchases, which is awesome.
So fun. All right. Last but not least, and one that we like to pair with all of our checking accounts, is a Kasasa Saver.
Kasasa Saver, you have to get it.
I love my Kasasa Saver.
More and the reason why is Kasasa Saver, it links to your Kasasa Cash or your Cash Back checking accounts, and you can deposit, you're getting that rewards, you're meeting your qualifications, so you're either getting your 3% APY back up to $10,000, or you're getting that $750 a month cash back reimbursed. You can get it directly deposited into your Kasasa Saver. So instead of like spending it as soon as you receive it, it can get put away into that Kasasa Saver. You never see it, and that's an easy way to transfer money every month and start saving.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you can get it automatically put in there.
That's how mine works. It goes straight into that.
Chill.
I know. It's pretty awesome. And the APY up to $10,000 in your Kasasa Saver is 1%.
Wow.
Most savings accounts, like we talked about earlier, are 0.01%. This is an actual 1% up to $10,000 balance in your savings account. So think about if you paired this with your Kasasa Cash account. So your first $10,000 you keep in your checking account, and anything over that $10,000 you're putting in your Kasasa Savers account. So you're getting 3% on that first $10,000 in your checking. You're getting 1% on your next $10,000 in your savings, and then anything over that is a blend. So you're getting quite a bit back.
Wow.
Every month.
So tell me this, Jill, do you think it would be beneficial to just only keep $10,000 in your Kasasa Cash and then to move the excess into your saver? Because you're getting the full 1%, right?
Until you have $10,000 in your savings, I would. Yeah, I would transfer everything over because I would want the full 1%.
Heck yeah, you would.
So when you're going to Farmers State Bank, you're opening a Kasasa account. And just a reminder, this is our bank's setup. So if you're getting a Kasasa at a different bank, this might not be the same setup. And this changes as bank wide and year to year. So it is variable. So make sure that this is accurate as the time of this recording, but make sure you're checking what the rates are right now. But remember, this is only for Farmers State Bank. So you're getting that. So you want to put $10,000 in your checking, $10,000 in your savings, earn that as much as you can up to that $20,000, and then everything over that is just gravy, right? So here's another thing. So after that 1%, remember we talked about the Kasasa cash was 0.35 APY, anything over $10,000. Well, for your Kasasa saver, anything over that first $10,000 is 0.41%.
Holy smokes, I didn't know that.
So it's higher. So you're going to want to move more money into that saver.
And the whole point of that, I think it being higher is to encourage people to save, correct?
Absolutely.
Got to be.
It's got to encourage people to save.
Why wouldn't you do that? And this is a good thing to say. This is why you should check out your bank accounts and do the math in your head and work with your banker, because we can be making you more money.
Exactly.
And it's not even like tricking the system. You just got to move your money around the right way.
So if your qualifications aren't met, unfortunately, this applies to if you don't meet your qualifications for your checking, that unfortunately means that you didn't meet them in your saver. So they're connected. They always have to be tied. If you're not meeting those qualifications, you're not getting that 1% in your saver either. But even though you're not meeting those qualifications, you still receive 0.05% APY.
Which is still great.
Which is still great.
Money in your bank account.
There's no monthly fees to have it. There's no minimum balance to earn rewards. $100 to open this savings account. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. So that's Kasasa.
That's Kasasa in a nutshell. We hope that this has been informative for you, that you feel more clear on what you can achieve with a Kasasa checking account. And we hope that you come in and hopefully open a high yield checking account with us. We'll link all of this information in the show notes. We'll have all of those disclosures and those qualifications written in there, so you'll be able to be really clear on what you're signing up for. But thank you so much for listening to this episode.
Thanks for listening. So Jill, where do we go from here?
Be sure to check out our show notes for this episode, and also be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletter. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.